Salen reporting from Jay's home base in Buffalo, New York. Jay made it all the way through the state of Kentucky over the weekend and has crossed into the 10th and final state of the Trans Am route, which is Virginia. He stayed overnight in Damascus and is 472 miles away from the finish line. One of Jay's high school friends was able to catch him on the route and take some pictures. It may seem like Yorktown is starting to be within reach for Jay, but racers report that Virginia was one of the hardest states to complete. Jay will need to maintain his mental toughness and is gearing up for one of the steepest climbs on the entire route. And now, let's hear some advice from Jay about dealing with dogs on the route.
Okay, I wanted to make a video to help my fellow racers still out on the course that are going through Missouri and Kentucky. Starting in Missouri up till tonight, 28 dog chases. That is very, very disappointing. If you multiply that by the number of Trans-America bike racers, Trans-America trail riders, there's a significant dog problem in this area. I'm not bringing up anything new, but I think, that'll be added to my list of safety issues that need to be addressed when I get back. The dog contacts are dangerous for several parties. Obviously the racer, the dog, and the cars. And a dog does not belong, in the road. A dog does not belong unattended, and a dog does not belong out of control. I don't want to, turn this into I know more than everybody else knows, because I'm a very humble person. But I've been training dogs as both a professional and an amateur since about 8 years old. My grandfather and my father-in-law were both very accomplished amateur dog trainers, and that's where I started training dogs, so I know a lot about them. The psyche, the way a dog's brain works. So, humans and dogs are predators, and by design we have our eyes in the front of our head. This helps with preying. Eyes like this help differentiate depth, which helps targeting. Another thing that's important is the neurological design automatically triggers, and Tom Hughes has got it right. I want to give props to him. Motion and size. So automatically, if you ever just kind of consciously think about what things attract your watch, your look, it's quickness of movement and size. You're automatically drawn to that. Bicyclists, just from the prey drive and the dog, are a very attractive target. Tom is right. If you stop, you remove the motion that is attracting the dog, and I'd say that works about, based on my last few days, about 60-70% of the time. The other thing is the dogs that we're dealing with out here are professional chasers. Well, Jay, what are you talking about? I can tell by the behavior of these dogs that they chased over and over again. They're very wily. Some of them don't bark, they hide and wait for you. The other thing is they're very wise in their angles. Now, a dog that hasn't done this very much won't be wise on their angle. They just, chase very it's unplanned, and they don't chase well, and you basically can just, ride right by them. But these dogs, they know their angles coming and going, eastbound, westbound. They, can pick out where they want to chase you and where they don't. It's, definitely big condition. Now, I don't blame the dogs for that. I blame the owners, and there's some really kind of I don't want to get derogatory to anybody. There's some weird stuff going on here. And I've talked to people about these dogs. It's been my topic of conversation with locals. I had to talk to a guy today, and we were talking about, he said, well, people sure do love their dogs around here, and, they love their dogs. And I'm like, if they love them so much, why do they let them go out in the street? He didn't have an answer for that. Out of the, what did I say now, 28, 29 chases I've had, 3 of them were contacts. What I mean by that is the dog was trying to bite me, but bit either my bike or my saddlebag. Very dangerous. I escaped by basically nanoseconds, or I would have got nailed. On 2 of those situations, the owner was present and didn't do anything, and until I started raising a real ruckus. I had conversations with both of them, and both of them said, well, our dogs don't bite, so, and I'm paraphrasing, so we let them chase. And I said, did you just see what that dog did? Well, he didn't bite you. Well, he would have bitten me. It's just kind of weird what the folks think. A dog's got the mentality of, this is, and I don't want to get judgmental either, but this is willful negligence. Willful negligence. So what to do? Tips to do. First of all, protect yourself at all times until the threat is totally gone. Remember, if you turn your back on the dog and start moving, that prey drive will be reinitiated again. So I would recommend stopping your bike, getting on the opposite side of the bike so you can use your bike as protection. Yell at the dog. This is effective. I have not had to use this, but I picked this up on the side of the road. It's just basically a bungee. Just by raising this over my head, I would say close to 96-97% of the dogs just, that was it. They don't want anything to do with this. So, I would never use this unless, because I love dogs. I absolutely love dogs, and I understand the issue out here is not the dogs, it's the owners. Unless I knew I was going to get bit. So stop the bike as soon as the chase. If you know you can ride the dog, do it. There's some like real little bitty dogs, or you're going downhill, or you just know you can outrun them, do that. But if you know that there's possible contact coming, stop the bike as quickly as possible, get on the other side of the bike, and yell and raise this over your head. It's going to eliminate almost all the problems. Except, and I want to be really careful here with dogs that are attackers, and you don't know which ones are. Like I said, I've been training dogs for almost 50 years, and I can't tell. And they can be real tricky too. Sometimes they'll come out and they'll feint that they're not going to attack, and then they will. So just remember, 100% all the time, protect yourself. Be as absolutely nice as you can be to the dog and still get away. Oh, last thing. I did not find that the pepper spray worked. I could never get it out fast enough. And here's the thing about the pepper spray. I'm sure it'll work. I'm sure dogs, if they get sprayed by pepper spray, are probably not going to come back out. But these dogs have not been hit by pepper spray. So if you do this to them, nothing. If you do this to them, they're backing off right away, and they really back off a lot. Like they're done. Hope that helps everybody. I hope all the tips that I got in here. And number one, have a good, safe ride. Thanks.
Thank you for watching today. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our daily videos so you never miss an update. Please visit our CrowdRise campaign and give to our cause to help military widows today. Thank you for watching, and make sure you tune in tomorrow for another update.